Skin is so oily. Oh my gosh. Anyone that knows me, or really just the people in my life that just know me really well, they know that I am a bibliophile to the core. I love to read. I love books. I love a good story. I've been reading since I was 3 and I've loved it ever since. And since then, I've not really had as much time to properly sit down and read a book. Like now I'm working, so going to the library on a whim or, you know, going to Barnes and Noble on a whim, you know what I mean? It's just not, it's not a luxury that I have at the moment. I don't even have Barnes Noble money most of the time. Something that's really helped me kind of like overcome those 2 obstacles is an app that's provided by my public library or public libraries, because I literally have 3 library cards from 3 different cities. Don't ask. The most common one is the Libby app. Now the Libby app is a software used by public libraries to distribute audiobooks and electronic books. I really like that because the app is available mobile and like on your cell phone and on your iPad, which I have both, but predominantly I carry my phone with me everywhere I go. And sometimes in the bags that I'm carrying with me, if I want to read where I'm going, or maybe in transit to where I'm going, I don't have the space to fit like a 300, 400 page book. The only requirements you need to get this app or to have access on this app is obviously a mobile device, of course, and a library card, which is free. Okay, because your taxes are paying for public libraries. And I hope you're using those resources. That's the one time you'll probably really have to go to the library. It's just to get the library card, and you can just do all of this within a day. You could probably even order your library card online. I'm really impatient, so I'd much rather just make that drive, get out of my house for once, and go to the library and just get it done. And I've done it 3 times. Okay, on to what actually happens on this app. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my little books folder. If you, as y'all can see, like, I really like books. Libby's the one in the middle. It's really cute, actually. I really like this. But if you open it, you can see what I've read in the past. I've actually read quite a few things here. But this is kind of like, I don't want to say your homepage, but that's basically what it is. Like, this is your shelf. As you can see, there's loans, and this is kind of going to show you what you have currently out, right? Right now I don't have anything out. Holds, like, these are for books that I'm waiting on. So for example, this is still the library, y'all, but online, you know what I'm saying? So they have like a certain amount of electronic copies of something that they're going to have available to you. And so for a really popular book, sometimes you'll be waiting maybe 2 weeks for it, maybe even 6 months, depending on just how popular it is. Tags. This is my favorite feature, I feel like, on this app, because first of all, they use emojis, and that's like my second language, basically. I mean, I don't know how to tell or say a message without using at least one. The books stacked together, and these are just books that I want to read, or books that I'm interested in and that I'm looking forward to reading. And then the thumbs up, thumbs down one is pretty explanatory, like self-explanatory. I either liked the book or I didn't like the book. But if I didn't like the book, I mean, I don't even think I'd even take the chance to put it in there, because why would I look at it again? And then I have maybe for books I'll potentially read, and already read for books that I've already read. Oh, that's the library that I'm using currently for this app. You know what? I'm gonna blur this out. I'm gonna blur out my library because I don't need y'all to know where I live specifically. You know what I'm saying? Safety first, honey. Like, no. This search engine is really efficient, because sometimes you might not even remember like the entire title of a book. So if you put maybe like 2 words that you could remember, then it'll come up. So last year I read this book called, I think it was Erotic Stories for Punjabi Wives. Punjabi Widows? You know what? I don't remember the title of this book. So I'm gonna put in the first words. There we go. It's the first one that pops up. Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows. And for whatever reason, it's not coming up. Did I miss something? I mean, now how the actual like book reading works. Let's say if it's a physical book. Let me, what the, okay. The Cruel Prince. Okay, there we go. Is a book that I actually read recently. So I can't check it out per se, but if I put read sample, it will show you pretty much exactly the same thing. Oh, that's cute. I didn't know they have this. Yeah, so if a picture, not a picture. So if a book you're reading has a picture, it will be included in the ebook as well. And it'll be shown like this. Can you zoom in? I don't think so, which is fine. So you swipe to the left. I keep my reading in dark mode because I don't know, that's just the easiest for me. I prefer everything in dark mode actually. So I just kind of applied it to my reading. You just kind of swipe to, you know, right, left for pages. And then you can even tap the screen and it'll pop up like pretty much the same thing you see on the main screen, like library, shelf. And you can even scroll right here. Yeah, so that's super, super convenient as well. The little marks indicate like, you know, chapters or parts, things like that. The pages show up as well. As, oh, that's another thing. You can tap in the top right corner and it will make a little bookmark for you, right? You know what I mean? So you can know where you left off. You can even search for things in the book. If you're looking for something specific in a book, let's say if you're reading a book once again for a specific part that you like, then you can just kind of type in what happens or the words that you remember. Chapters, you can skip from chapter to chapter if you'd like. Sometimes the books split into different parts. Bookmarks, you can put multiple bookmarks. I need to emphasize that. Let's say if you're not using the bookmark to just kind of like find out where you left off, but you want to just mark specific pages to refer back to them, that's where they would show up. And I think that's really awesome, especially if you're using a book for like research purposes. Reading settings, which is where I manipulate the settings that I like. So this is the regular one, bright. So it's going to be white, like the book. Sepia, so it's more like warm toned and a bit easier on the eyes. And dark, where, I mean, to me, I love reading things in dark, but you know, that's not really natural for an actual book to come in black pages with white font or white letters. But on a digital device, I think it works. You can change the sizes of the text, which I really like. And you can even choose the book design. So they have publisher's default. And I think this is like, I think when they mean publisher's default, they mean like the default for the ebook, if that makes sense. I think if you read it, the same ebook somewhere else, this would be the font it comes in, which is Times New Roman. There's legible. Scholar. This is a little bit more, I don't know, it just kind of throws me off. It reminds me of like fan fiction, and I think that's why I don't like it. I don't feel like I'm reading a real book, and that bothers me a lot. This is paperback, the one that I like. I feel like in the printed version, this is what it looks like, and that's why I like it. Open dyslexic. This is to make it easier for readers with dyslexia, which I think is so awesome because my best friend when we were growing up, she was dyslexic and she loved to read, so this would have been perfect for her. Wait, is dyslexia like a lifelong thing? I need to do my research on that. If she's still dyslexic, she'll still appreciate this because she still loves to read. And then the bottom one is custom, and I think that's just, yeah, you just choose the font that you want and then you pretty much dictate everything. But that's too much work because I like paperback and I'm just fine with it. So I guess tips and secrets. Oh, this is pretty much everything that I'm pretty much telling you now. Like this is, it's there. If you want to look for yourself later, assuming you download the app. Also, when you open the book again, and let's say you're on a previous page or you maybe accidentally flipped, the app can detect that. So you can press the thing right here to kind of take you back where you originally were. You know what I mean? So you don't ever have to worry about maybe missing your place and not really paying attention to what page you're on. The app will remember for you. And I think that is brilliant. I think it's just so smart and so efficient, and I just love it for that reason. So yeah, and for audiobook, it's it looks like this. You see, it looks like a little CD cover. I really like the way the audiobooks look, and I think My favorite part about the audiobook version is the bottom, where you can like kind of track where you are. You can literally press the left thing right here, which reveals the chapters, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and all that good stuff. And you can also make bookmarks for audio as well, but I mean the process is the same. Obviously you don't need to worry about fonts or anything like that because you're listening. And then if you go back to the main screen here, where it says 5 minutes left in chapter, you can press that and you can change like what you see. So in this case, this is my favorite one. It lets you know how much of the book, percentage-wise, that you've read or listened to. On the main page, if you press a little, what's it called? Avi emoji thing, the cute little girl with the little bookmark bow. It's just kind of like where you navigate everything. You can have multiple library cards. I only have one right now on this app. And it just kind of, it's like settings, just basic settings. So you can manage notifications, you can see all your cards, you can add another card, and then the help and support on the bottom left. No, the bottom right. The bottom right. So I think that's it really. Yeah. Alright, so I hope you guys found this video really helpful. If you're a bibliophile like me, but you don't have bibliophile money or bibliophile time like me, that you find this app very useful. And honestly, Libby may not be the app that your public library uses, but for the most part, they don't work too differently from each other. Maybe the layouts are different, and it's free. It's literally free. Like, there's no reason at all that you shouldn't be reading. I mean, I'm sorry. If you don't have a phone, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But at the same time, y'all, if you do, take advantage of those resources. You're literally, in a way, paying for them. I just really wanted to share this. I'm clearly not being sponsored, obviously. But I really do love sharing knowledge, and just, I thought this was something that was really important. All right. That's all I got for you today. So I'll see y'all whenever.